Hello everybody and welcome to another React video. Today we're reacting to the Sora versus Pit death battle. Now this has been a highly requested death battle other than of course Sora versus Link. But since we already got Sora versus Link in 1 minute melee, this will be good enough. I don't like them rehashing stuff from 1 minute melee. So it's good, original content. Before we actually get to this video though, be sure you go to Screw Attack first, subscribe to them, like that video over there, because they do some amazing work, and without them, we wouldn't have Death Battle. So without further ado, let's get right to it.
If the fate of the universe is at stake, the last person you should trust to save it is a naive teenager with magical weapons they don't understand. But everybody does it anyway.
Like Sora, the Keyblade-wielding savior of Kingdom Hearts.
And Pit, the angel warrior from Kid Icarus.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, so it's gonna be a 2D fight.
Once upon a time, there was a small child full of promise named
I've already
Sora.
seen some of this in
And he lived
the
on the one
previews
and
they put
only
out.
Destiny Island. Sora and his friends Riku and Kairi grew up honing their athletic skills by playing sports with Final Fantasy characters who don't judge Sora's fashion choices. Wait a minute.
That's
what
true.
The hell are Final Fantasy characters
Big
doing
ass
there?
shoes,
Like most
freaking
residents
just
of
red
Destiny
suit.
Island, they lost their home to
Okay,
a
so
sister
age 15,
force
they are
called
gonna
the
cover.
Heartless. But it wasn't long
They're gonna cover
until
his
this
Kingdom Hearts 2
soulless
form.
embodiment of evil
Original outfit
would
inspired by
invade
Mickey
the
Mouse.
island.
Bear Revenge
But
his
the
heart.
arrival of these
Okay,
creepy
they got their
crawlers
facts.
wasn't the only surprise.
Sora's 5'2". Wow, he is a
Alongside the
shrimp.
darkness came light in the form of a Keyblade, which is the key to fixing everything. Super subtle.
This Keyblade in particular was known as the Kingdom Key, and was drawn to Sora thanks to his pure heart.
Conduit for magic
With the
spells,
Kingdom Key,
transform
Sora
via
had the means
keychains
to
or
combat
gear,
the
can
Heartless.
act on wield his heart's
unlocking
desire when
doors.
unconscious.
Well, yes, the Keyblade can
I mean,
get
Sora
past
could do it
almost
too,
anyone
yeah,
else.
technically in
But
Kingdom Hearts
despite
3D.
not having a long, sharp edge, it's a surprisingly deadly sword.
It's a key, it's a sword, and it's also a wand. Sora can use it to cast all sorts of magic spells like a wizard. He can even shoot a laser beam all the way to the moon.
Unfortunately, despite his newfound
Sora
weapons,
can use
the
some magic
Heartless
without the
were
Keyblade. It
overwhelmed.
helps by
The
enhancing his
darkness
magical
washed
powers
over Destiny
and
Island,
acts
and
as a
just
conduit
like
for
that,
spells.
It was
Okay.
gone.
But thanks to cosmic reasons, Sora wound up face to face with Goofy and Donald Duck. Yep, he ended up in the most magical place on Earth, Disney.
If you're confused, don't worry. You are not hallucinating. Somehow, in some way, this impossibility exists. Turns out, while Goofy and Donald have been lovable cartoons for decades, they're also world-hopping warriors.
Oh my god.
But
this is
Goofy's
the
better
best
than
thing
Donald.
ever.
From then on, Sora teamed up with his new friends
That's
to
my
lock
opinion.
the doors to the Hearts of Worlds, saving them from the Heartless grip.
And he wasn't even old enough to get a driver's license.
That's true.
While
Why would,
Sora
why
may
would
not
they
have been
let
strong enough to
Sora,
save
out of all
Destiny
people, like a
Island,
14-year-old
he quickly
kid,
learned
drive
an
a
enormous amount of
rocket
talents
through
perfect
space?
for beating back the darkness.
Including some genuine ass-kicking magic, like shooting
Fire,
fireballs,
Thunderga,
freezing
Blizzardga,
baddies
Cure,
with blizzards,
Gravaga,
fighting with
Stoppaga, or
lightning,
Stopga,
and more.
Glide,
He can reflect
Ragnarok. Wait,
projectiles,
Ragnarok?
manipulate time, magnetize objects, and even alter gravity.
He's got a bunch of other magic attacks, but my favorite is Ragnarok, which fires a bunch of homing energy.
But Ragnarok's not a
and
magic
I guess
spell.
He's got some magic abilities that
It's an
don't
ability
involve
or
beating
a-
monsters up, which
a limit.
I think is pretty lame, but Wiz insists we talk about it.
Thanks to the Kingdom Key sword, he can use spells which remove negative effects, including curing his own wounds. He can also glide like Peter Pan and teleport like Figment.
Still don't know if we should call
If
it
it
a
is lost,
sword,
Sora can
but
return his
Sora can
Keyblade
make
to his
it
hand
even
at will.
better with
Yeah.
keychains. They can even transform the whole Keyblade into more powerful versions with way more badass names, like Oathkeeper.
With all these abilities, Sora battled the Heartless and took the fight to the man who discovered them, Xehanort. He even
Hey, they
defeated
pronounce his name
Xehanort's Heartless
Xehanort.
and his
They're not like
nobody.
IGN.
Oh, that's kind of harsh, Wiz. Why are you calling him a nobody? He's definitely somebody.
No, see, a nobody is a somebody without a heart. But a Heartless isn't a somebody or a nobody, though they may have been a somebody filled with anger, like Scar from The Lion King.
Well, I'm a somebody that's really confused.
But to
So is
save
most of the
all
Kingdom
worlds,
Hearts
Sora
fan base.
found he had to be
Just like me.
insanely strong, fast,
At
and
times,
tough.
but
He's
you get
speedy
used
enough
to it.
to run up a building and quick enough to dodge magic lightning.
Not just magic lightning, real legitimate lightning from the sky, a feat which could only take mere milliseconds.
Sora put all that speed to good use once by perfectly
My
blocking
favorite
hundreds of
freaking
lasers
ending
from damn
sequence
near
in
every
any
angle
single
in
boss
just
fight in
a few
Kingdom
seconds.
Hearts.
So it's safe to say he's no
Thousand
slouch.
Heartless
As
sliced
for
through
his
7
strength,
buildings
not
at once.
only has he
That was
cut
my
through
feat that I
giant
put on
building-wide
Twitter.
structures with ease, he's launched them as projectiles. Though
Survived
gravity is in flux
multiple
here, a
gummy
building
ship
this
crashes.
size normally weighs around 100,000 pounds.
He's held back 2 of Cerberus's heads and went toe-to-toe with Hercules. You know, the demigod who threw a giant rock monster into space?
Although this Titan's shape is too inconsistent to scale, by treating him as a series of cones made of granite, we can estimate his weight as over 1,600 tons.
Holy
That's like
shit.
throwing 200 T-Rexes into the sky. So yeah, Herc is really, really strong, and Sora can take a hit from him, no problem.
Honestly, Sora's ability to take a hit might be one of his strongest characteristics. He's survived the jaws of Cerberus, ancient Chinese dragons, being shot by a musket.
Oh
and
shit, that's right. He got shot
the
by
fires of
Clayton.
Hades.
Oh my
But he
gosh,
isn't
how'd I
without his
forget that?
downfalls. While he's strong in his own right, he relies a lot on his friends. Like
He got
all
shot
the
point
goddamn
blank
time.
He
by
can't
freaking
even enter
Clayton's
his
shotgun.
fancy drive forms, which boost his power and give him an extra Keyblade, without help from Goofy and Donald. So in a broad scope, he's fairly limited on his own.
No big deal though. Luckily for Sora, most locks only need 1 key.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure if that was
What do you-
profound or just stupid.
What are you talking about though? Sora's taking down Sephiroth by
The heart
himself
may be weak,
twice.
and sometimes it may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out.
I was looking for more of the scene where the 1,000
Let
Heartless.
us return to the distant past, to an age long ago, when gods and man lived together.
What's with
in
the whole
harmony.
Disney theme?
How long ago was
Even
this?
freaking Pit.
25 years ago.
What?
Anyway, the kingdom of Angel Land was ruled by 2 goddesses. Palutena, the goddess of light, and Medusa, the goddess of darkness.
Who pretty much treated everyone like crap by turning people into statues and destroying their crops.
Oh, my cabbages!
But hey, what'd you expect from a being who holds the title Goddess of Darkness? She's just doing her job.
Angered by these misdeeds, Palutena transformed Medusa into an ugly, one-eyed, parcel-tongued monster and banished her to the dark underworld.
Talk about throwing shade. Long story short, Medusa waged war with Palutena, who summoned the greatest hero Angel Land has ever known. Pit.
My arrows will stop that Apicus Maximus.
No, definitely not that one. This one.
Hang on.
The old Pit.
Greatest hero ever? More like his mom needs to drop him off at elementary school.
Don't let looks fool you. Pit may seem young, but he
Pit
is
is
the
25
captain of
years
the Icarus
old?
Army, keepers of the peace and personal guards.
Wait,
to
although
Lady
Pit is
Palutena
over the age of
herself.
25, he
Wait,
needs to buy
you're
the
telling me
of a
this
teenage
Cupid-looking
boy.
kid is the captain of an army? Well, at least he can fly with those wings. All right, that's pretty cool.
Actually, he can't.
Oh, his
What?
age is
Look,
unknown.
he's flying right there.
Well, Pit may have superhuman abilities, but he can't actually fly on his own. Thankfully, Palutena regularly grants him mystic wings, which do allow flight, though they can only exist for up to 5 minutes. After that, they burst into flame, sending Pit careening to a horrible end.
Holy shit. So the captain of an angel army
That's what I do know
doesn't
about Kid
have his
Icarus.
own working
Up-
angel wing.
Uprising.
That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's a little strange, but don't try to bring it up. He's a bit touchy on the subject.
Anyway, Pit managed to defeat Medusa, and everyone lived happily ever after. Just kidding, Medusa came back 25 years later, looking better than ever, by the way. And this time, Hades came along to mess things up too.
As captain of the Icarus army, Pit has some extensive training under his belt. How else would all these soldiers save Palutena from a
That's true,
sudden
Kid Icarus
invasion
Uprising
of
was a Star Fox game originally.
vegetables?
Before Sakura
right.
was like,
But
okay, let
what's
me
a
apply this
soldier
to
without
a
his
long
weapons?
forgotten
Pit's
series.
got a huge arsenal of weaponry.
He's well known for his archery skills and shows it off with his trusty weapon of choice, the Palutena bow.
This bow uses awesome laser arrows that can actually be guided by Pit. And if his enemies get close, Pit can split the bow into 2 short blades for quick, deadly slices. Now that's a practical weapon.
He is highly skilled with several classes of weapons. His arsenal has been imbued with the strength and power of the gods, making humans incapable of wielding them.
These range from orbitars, like floaty shoulder cannons that can also block attacks, to blades, cannons, claws, hammers, staves, clubs, and weaponized tattoos. Ah, I wish my tattoo was a weapon. Anyway, all these weapons were forged by Mentos, the god of forge.
Dintos.
Dintos, the fresh maker, and the guy who also crafted Pitt's ultimate weapons, the 3 sacred treasures.
Hidden away in 3 sealed caskets, the sacred treasures consist of Angel Land's mightiest weapons, which can only be used by the most heroic and worthy of heroes.
The mirror shield reflects projectiles. The wings of Pegasus give Pitt unrestricted flight and improved speed. And the arrow of light is the ultimate weapon of the gods that can murder basically anything.
The Arrow of Light is absolutely the deadliest weapon in Pitt's arsenal, and increases in power based on Pitt's own health and strength. And when all 3 treasures come together, Pitt is granted the legendary Silver Armor.
You tapping into Mustache Booze Whiz? That's not silver, it's gold.
Well, colors are different in heaven, I guess.
Weird. Well, Pitt's learned several abilities throughout his adventures, like healing, dropping mines, and making his arrows invisible, and all of his skills came in handy. Not only did he defeat Medusa, but he's taken on alien pirates, a space kraken, and the god of death, Thanatos.
At one point when
I
Thanatos
almost
attacked
thought
a
you said
village,
Thanos.
he launched a large boulder which Pitt obliterated so thoroughly it was completely pulverized in midair.
Wait a minute, how are those Trojan horse Star Wars walkie thingies not tipping over?
Focus, Boomstick. Pulverization is defined as reducing an object to dust, which certainly applies here. To determine the force necessary to do so, we first need the size of that boulder. For that, we'll compare the boulder to those pillars.
Oh, here comes the math. Strap on your pocket protectors, nerds.
Thanatos, when standing near to Pitt, appears to be about
I
11
love
feet 6 inches
Chad
tall.
James.
By comparing his height to the pillars, we've determined them to be 18 feet tall. By comparing that to the boulder, it's clear it has a diameter of 115 inches. To pulverize a stone this large, Pitt's strike must have outputted energy equal to nearly 1,600 pounds of TNT.
Damn, little angel kid can dish it out.
Pitt's also incredibly quick. He was able to maneuver, react, and fly from the top of these clouds to the lunar sanctum in less than 40 seconds. Despite looking like one, that's no moon. It's a space station, orbiting the Earth at a similar altitude to the International Space Station. The average distance from the ISS to the highest cloud layers is about 242 miles, meaning Pitt must have flown around 21,600 miles per hour.
That's Mach 28. Suck it, Starman.
Not only that, Pitt dodged a laser which covered this distance in a fraction of a second, most likely moving a little over 90 million miles per hour.
Oh my god, that not moon thing really is the Death Star.
With Pitt's superhuman durability, he's tanked hits from gods and taken falls that would turn any normal man into,
An angel?
well, a dead man, yes. In his final duel with Hades, the god of the underworld, Pitt took a devastating blow that sent him plummeting at least 2,000 feet. Given Pitt's weight, the impact of that fall would be over 8 tons of force.
And he was fine. This Hades guy can cut through giant diamond spires, so a hit from him could be as powerful as nearly 30 tons of TNT.
Of course, while Pitt may be formidable, he's not perfect. He has been tricked into losing fights multiple times, and often relies on assistance
Has
from his
fourth
godly
wall
allies.
awareness.
But this kick-ass angel isn't afraid to charge headfirst into a fight, even with his wings on fire.
In the name of the goddess Palutena, defender of all that is good, those who hide in the darkness will be made to face the light.
All right, the combatants are
All right, here we
set.
go.
Let's end this.
Sora
debate
needs a W,
once and
boys.
for all.
Sora needs a freaking
It's
W
time
right
for
here
a
against
death
this
battle!
wannabe Sora character with wings.
Yahweh! Go get him, pal! what he said?
So, whose rear am I kicking this time?
They're in Skyworld, right? Oh, they actually did like detailed.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
They actually did detailed animations for Sora. I still really kind of wish this was like a 3D fight. It would have been really cool.
Take this! Fire! Whoa! Ha! I've seen candles that are scarier than you.
Okay, so the first one was fire, that one was fire go.
Let's take this to the next level.
Okay, so yeah, they are in Skyworld. Ah, come on, Sora, shake it off. Oh shit, look out, boy! I'm actually surprised they didn't cover like reaction commands, but I guess it's basically him doing what he's doing.
Whoa! You can teleport? Mind blown.
Let's see what you think of this.
Oh, he used Ragnarok?
Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Close shave.
Well, more than likely, one of them was supposed to hit him, right? Oh! Face was interesting, but cool nonetheless. Surprised there's no close-ups of Pit. Oh, Graviga! Oh shit, here we go. Pit's going all out.
Time to end this. You said it.
Ah, Source is smaller than Pit's. Oh shit! It broke through!
Attaboy, Sora! KO!
Yes!
That's one we don't
Yes.
like too close to the Sora.
Oh no, I dropped Sora.
Pit may have had the advantage in flight and experience, but he couldn't beat Sora's strength, toughness, and speed.
Pit may have dodged a laser moving 90 million miles per hour, but Sora's reaction speed was quick enough to dodge natural lightning. A lightning bolt's return stroke, which constitutes the bright flash, moves at around 220 million miles per hour, over twice as fast as Pit's.
That combined
Both
with
can-
his
both
teleporting
can heal
and time
from and are
manipulation
immune to
powers
very
meant
status
Sora was
effects,
just too quick
but
for
Pit has
to
never shown
land very
resistance
many
to
big
time
hits.
manipulation.
Plus, when Sora shot that Keyblade beam to the moon, it took 1 second flat.
That's 1.28 times the speed of light, much faster than anything Pit's reacted to before. Of course, Pit did
Yeah,
have
but doesn't
enough
the
weapons to
moon
keep Sora
in Halloween
busy,
Town belong
but
to that
Sora's
world? Like, doesn't it
impressive
belong
and
to that
wide-ranging
atmosphere?
magical arsenal provided multiple counters for pretty much anything Pit threw at him, including superior healing.
I mean, I guess not, because you don't see the
Remember that
moon.
building Sora cut through? Slicing it up like Swiss cheese was impressive enough, but this building was completely made of stone.
This
from
is the
top
feat
to
that I
bottom,
use in a-
And Sora cut through 7 at once.
These buildings may have been composed of a modest stone like granite, which has a minimum shearing strength of 14 megapascals. In comparison to Sora's height, each building was about 23 feet tall. By measuring Sora's largest slash and the distance cut through all 7 buildings, we can determine Sora's striking energy to equal, at minimum, 78 tons of TNT.
Damn!
That's way more than Pit's boulder pulverizing feat. No wonder this guy beat Herc.
Speaking of which, let's compare some of the strongest beings Sora and Pit have taken hits from. The amount of energy needed for Hercules to throw that rock titan into space had to have been around 24 megatons of TNT, whereas Hades strikes were equivalent to only 30 tons at best.
So Pit had never survived anything close to Sora's strongest attacks. Just by numbers alone, Sora's strength, speed, and durability.
Sora's magic
just
power
outclassed
replenishes,
Pit,
while
and
Pit's
the
powers
Keyblade by
have
itself
finite
had a way more
uses.
impressive
Have
track record
finite.
than any of Pit's weapons. You might say
That's
it
true.
was the key to this fight. And when we pit them together, one of them was bound to be a Sora loser.
The winner
Sora
is Sora.
loser.
Thanks for watching. Check out the exclusive commentary on this episode.
Alright,
Click the box
who's
right over
next?
there.
And
Who's
thanks
next,
to Cloud
guys?
Gaming for letting us use their sprites in this battle. You can check
I'm
out the
I'm
latest
really
game
glad
and
they
the
used
music
my
used in the
feet.
battle
I
in
mean,
the links in the
I didn't
description.
send it to them, but with the. Alright, who's next? I don't know. Is that Leon from Resident Evil? Yep. I don't know who Frank is. Oh, okay. Wow, we're getting too far. Oh my gosh, that was one crazy death battle. I'm glad Sora won. I mean, there was no really doubt. Sora, noticing his stuff in Kingdom Hearts, I've never seen Kid Icarus. But dude, Sora has defeated Larxene, a person that's able to split herself into two with her speed. With her speed. And then the blocking the lasers from Xemnas in the final battle with him. And I put that out on Twitter about destroying the 7 buildings at once. Dude, I really didn't think that was going to be like key factor, but glad it was. But hey, little boy Sora came out with a W. Anyway, guys, that's been it for me. Be sure to comment below and let me know who you think should have won this death battle. Be sure to go to Screw Attack, like their video, subscribe to them as well, and hit that subscribe button for me if you want to see more reaction videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Peace.